Good morning, Mud and Pop Thrift, yada yada, stay at home dad, yada yada, eBay seller. Paid $1.14 for a Bears uniform for the Build-A-Bear. Sold for like 10 bucks. Been doing a bunch of penny auctions for items that I don't think will sell individually. I paid not much, like $3 for all of these pocket knives, and I'll put the pictures up. They are in garbage condition. I even put junk in the title because these are junk knives. Did the penny auction for the VHS tapes. They sold for $61. I did a penny auction for these. They sold for $10. And now I have a penny auction going for those skateboard wheels. I wouldn't necessarily parts and pieces lots of things, but I've been working with this dark tower for a long time. This sold for $285 plus shipping, and this is a vintage Lego set that came out of the hoarder house, just the instructions, and it sold for like 10 bucks, 14 free shipping even. How about another hoarder house book, Shakespeare? This is from like 1898, sold for $25 free shipping. So this is another hoarder house thing. I've been going through some death pile stuff. This sold for $9.99 free shipping. This is just a paperback by Avon from the 40s. These do really well. This is Florida Disney folder that I found, and it's just old maps to the Magic Kingdom and coming soon Epcot Center and that kind of stuff. Sold for $20 plus shipping. Blink 182. I was a little excited when I found this one, 2011 tour t-shirt. It's in a vintage style because they were making them. But Honda Civic, Blink 182, but it only sold for $12.99 free shipping, and I've had it a long time. This is an Acura hat, just Acura, sold for $11.49 plus shipping. Paid like $6 for these the other day at Goodwill. They sold for $62 plus shipping. Camouflage. The tag is completely washed out on this, but it's a large, extra large men's pocket tee, long sleeve, single stitch camo. Sold for $11 plus shipping. These boots, Torrid boots, they have the $70 price tag on them still. I paid 10 bucks for them, and they sold pretty quick for 52 free shipping, I think. Mork from Ork with the front of his spaceship shell. I think he sold for 15. This sold for 10 free shipping. I just picked it up yesterday. This shirt was a 9/11 tribute, Shanksville, Pennsylvania volunteer fireman. And this shirt is sold for $12.99. I probably could have gotten more, but I didn't have any clue what to ask for it. I mean, you can see it's like small. It's 2T. It has a giant hole in this armpit and a small hole in this armpit, and you can see it's really stained up, but it's 1984 Gremlins, and I got it at an estate sale. And it's pretty awesome, but it's pretty terrible also. Like, it's in really bad condition, and it's a baby. I mean, if that was a men's size, that thing would be $150. I put $12.99 on it. I paid $1 for it 2 years ago. Thought it was in too bad a shape to be worth listing. Found it again. I tried it. It sold immediately. Hopefully, somebody cleans it up and some baby looks swag in that thing. All right, guys, it's Friday morning. I've got like 10 things going out. I've already got them laid out here. So let's go over those. This is the last of the train stuffs, and it is sold for $17 plus shipping. And so we ended up at like a little over $600 gross on those trains. This took me a while to figure out. It sold for $9.99 free shipping. I don't even know where I got it. It was part of a box of toys, and I didn't know what it was. I had to go into Facebook and ask a toy identification group, and then I listed it. It sold in minutes for $9.99, which was a little below comps, but it's actually supposed to have a little weight tied here, and it was missing that. So I was like, well, it's not in super great condition, but it sold right away. But the other comps were like 15 bucks, so I guess 33% off for a little missing piece was way good enough for somebody. This sold just a couple minutes ago. It's M&M World, which is a vintage tag. Sold for $12.99 plus shipping. Iron Maiden. I paid too much for a bunch of cassettes on a Whatnot auction. This one sold for $11 free shipping. I bet I probably have that in it. But Iron Maiden always sells quick and sells well, so I didn't mind paying up for it. But I would pretty much always pick up Iron Maiden cassettes. These are neither one worth selling individually. They sold for $7 and plus shipping. So I lotted them up because then they're almost worth selling. I thought for sure this thing would do well. It's like this crochet knit soccer thing in the middle of a vintage jersey. This is probably one of the oldest things I had listed in the store. And finally, it did sell for $11 plus shipping. This Husqvarna you guys saw us pick up at Goodwill the other day. It sold for $24.99 free shipping. Probably cost me like $6 or $8 to ship. Pretty good pickup. I got this for $3, and it is a 1998 Barney plush that obviously is still new and sealed. Sold for $60 free shipping. And I'll put up here the message that I always get when this person buys from me. It's Ship Airlines, I think, Shop Airlines. And they are one of the biggest drop shippers or freight forwarders in the world. And so if you get a sale from Shop Airlines, it's going to be good. Like getting this message, you might be like, oh man, what is going on with this? This seems sketchy, but it's not. Shop Airlines is the easy, if I get all my sales through Shop Airlines, that'd be fantastic. They basically drop ship international for customers. If somebody wants to buy something in the United States, they'll ship it to anywhere in the world. Sometimes countries that eBay won't let you ship to, or you have blocked out. Like I don't ship to Italy or Brazil because every time it becomes a problem. And then so they ship all over the place. They have customers in every country and take care of it. So you ship it to California and they take care of it from there, and they are your customer, and they're not going to return it. Like they're going to ship it to their customer. I'm sure they have some policies in place to protect them, and those policies also protect you. So Shop Airlines is good, but it might seem sketchy the first time you see something from them. These are some Hoarder House books that sold. It's two of the same book essentially, but for whatever reason they have different numbers. And so say it with a bullet, or say it with bullets. So these are GGA good girl art. Anytime that a buxom woman is displayed, not nude, but in trouble and in a low cut top, generally that's considered GGA. And these did, this is, if you look at the title, it's a first and second printing to be 93 and 148, and these only sold for $7.50 plus shipping, so they're not necessarily worth waxing on about. But GGA old, these are from the 40s. This size book was during rations of World War II and popularized by like Avon and Pocketbook and Graphic Mysteries. So these are very collectible, and these I got from the Hoarder House, and they're $7.50 plus shipping for both. And then this is the Mini Max that Levi picked up just the other day at Goodwill for $5, and it sold for $41 free shipping. And so I think that's all of it. I think that's all the items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 1,000,001 things to do with the house, and I have 200,000 unlisted items in my desk pile. So guess what I'm doing? We're going to Goodwill. Well, how about the business end of a ratchet strap for $1.44? I'm gonna take that for personal. Evie thinks she's gonna buy some drums, but she's wrong. Now this is weird because A, there's these random Legos laying here. $2.59 for a drum set with no legs. I think I actually have a set of legs. What are these? 15 bucks? Well, I am awful tempted by these. Hey, clips don't appear to be broken. Nothing super exciting here. Oh, Evie's taking pictures of herself. It goes that way. You take a picture of me while I take a picture of you. A whole big old bunch of nothing.
Whoa, Dad, did you see that? I took a picture.
I think I'm a little bit spoiled come in here almost every single day and find stuff. But I mean, I have found stuff, but you know, nothing yet today. So these are $6.99. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. This one is what you would call stitched, but I don't think it is actually stitched. Majestic, large, Leicester. And this one is Hayward. And I don't think these guys play for the team anymore. 7 bucks. I would be more inclined to get this one because it's generic than the ones with the guys who don't play anymore. But I'm gonna run the comps and at 7, 8 bucks, I'm gonna probably get them all. So these are $1, and this book has sold history above 40, but there's only 3 sold in the last year. So it might take me a year to get $25 out of it, but I'm gonna list it that way. There's only 2 listed now, and they are like $40 and $60. So if I come in at 25 and somebody wants that book, they're probably gonna buy mine. So this is kind of sad and misguided because these are not the VHS tapes that people who buy VHS tapes want, and it's about the only ones that they keep are these clamshells. Now these would sell eventually, but if they put out a bunch of other stuff that you know that they're getting in because I've saved them out of the trash, they would sell those too. So I grabbed this. It's like a men's shaver, but there's a bunch of replacement heads in there, and I haven't looked it up yet, but I suspect that those new replacement heads are worth $3.79. I don't imagine the shaver itself is worth anything. And then this at $2.59 is neat, but I kind of doubt it's worth buying. Yeah, so these replacement heads are well above 100% sell-through rate and about $20. So you got $40 worth right there. And then I can't exactly tell what's going on here. It looks like it's open, but I can't tell if it's open box. And the shaver I would not buy. It probably won't sell a used shaver. That's pretty gross. I mean, obviously I would buy one, but not for myself. To sell to somebody else because I want to sell them the replacement heads.
I will.
So as it turns out, the shaver itself works. It had 2 power cords with it, but one of them didn't work. And then it had 3 packages of replacement heads, 2 of which had been used. One of them I noticed in the package was open. The other one was cut open in such a way it would have been really hard to tell from the way they had it wrapped up. So there was 1 new head, 1 good charger, the razor shaver itself, and then the cap thing for it. So I think I'm going to put that package together and do like $34.99 free shipping and make some money on that set. But the shaver by itself used doesn't bring very much. The package of heads I could sell, but then I don't think I'd have to sell a shaver with a used head, and I don't think it would work very well. So if I sell the shaver with no head but a replacement head, I think that's probably the way to go. So I'm going to count that as $34.99. Hello. Are you testing that chair? I will pick these up a lot of times. And at $5, that's a heck of a deal. But these are dirty. So, oh, are they $5 a piece? No. Hard pass. Most of the time, they're the whole set. So this is 2005 Nike. It's $5. Cubs, that's probably $15. This is Orvis. It's $11, and it's a nice chore jacket. But as much as I want this to be a really nice piece that I can pick up and make money on, Orvis just doesn't have a sell-through rate. And maybe this is 30 in a year. So get to know your Goodwill people. She just said she got a bunch of 50s Nancy Drew books in the back because she knows that I buy older books. And she didn't have room to put them on the shelf. And I said, well, will they be out tomorrow? Oh, no way. I said, well, how about this? How about you just go get them and I'll buy them all at the kids' book price? And she's like, okay. So this is 43. It's 14 times 1, 2, 3 plus 1. 43, so that'd be at 50 cents a piece would be $21.50 for a bunch of old Nancy Drew books, and they're numbered, so I suspect there's a big runs, if not most of the collection. So this is a redhead chamois for $5. I think it's an XL large, and it is brown. And they do super well for me, so at $5, this is a $20 shirt. You are probably unaware that Mrs. Mod and Pop Thrift is a Redbird, and so this vintage starter will be cool for when she wears. They always have spirit days at her school where you wear college gear or employment, like career wear, so that'll give her something else to put into that repertoire. So here's the reality on something like that Nancy Drew thing. I'm not even going to comp those because I basically agreed to buy them sight unseen in order to get to see them. But at 43, I'm only $21.50. Hey, it's Future Tom again. Looking at these comps, the Nancy Drew books seem to sell in lots between $2 and $3 a piece. I think these will probably get closer to the $3 because they're so nice, and I have a bigger lot than anybody else has sold. And so if somebody's trying to collect up that whole thing, I probably have all the numbers that they're looking for. So I'm even at $225, I'm looking at $96. So this was definitely a good buy. I can't imagine that book series isn't worth $21.50, but look at this I just found. Here's a new with tag. It's not vintage, but it's not new. Really cool snapback for $2.59. I don't know what that's gonna comp for, but I bet it's $15 plus shipping. I was just getting ready to leave and I noticed this one is new with tag. The tag was just tucked in and I didn't even think to check. Now, New Wave ovens, everybody says aren't worth messing with unless they have the expansion thing. This one doesn't even have the cooker. And then this one is $12. Man, that seems like a really good price, but I think I'm not going to mess with them. On advice of people who post videos on YouTube. So as we are at the register, I decided to comp this, and the only sold comp is $4.99, and I'm going to pay $2.59 for it. And there's a bunch listed, but they're all listed way higher. So I think even at $10 plus shipping, brand new, I think I'll be able to make a sale on that. These are kind of the outlier. I'll have to do some research and find out exactly what they are. Are you dreaming?
Yeah.
Cubs. Evelyn's jacket. Oh, that thing, which is not for sale. Redbirds, which may or may not be for sale. Redhead, and then $43. Oh, and these are probably the score of the day. And then this book. So that's what we're getting. Here's how much I think it's worth. And I'll tell you how much we paid when we get through the register. So I completely forgot to tape an outro for this when we got to the out to the van. $95.98. That's everything came to 87, but then I got that $10 rewards for spending so much money there all the time. And so tax out the door, I was $95. And what I say, I made $321 worth of listings. So that'll be good. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.